News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Nathan Hager.
And I'm Karen Moskow.
Karen, we begin overseas, and President Donald Trump's state visit to the UK. King Charles is preparing to host the president at Windsor Castle. Let's go to London and get the very latest with Bloomberg Daybreak Europe anchor Caroline Hepker. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning, Nathan. They say Windsor Castle's the ultimate, right? Says President Trump. Well, the British government is certainly hoping so. The President and First Lady have had a night at the 11th century castle, about 25 minutes away from London. They'll be greeted this morning by the Prince and Princess of Wales and the King and Queen for a carriage ride, a guard of honour, a glittering white tie banquet, all private, away from any possible protests. Photos of Trump with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein were beamed onto Windsor Castle. They've been swiftly removed with 4 arrests made. The UK has had some significant pledges when it comes to this state visit already from the business side. $42 billion of tech and AI investment from Microsoft, OpenAI and other tech giants who are on this trip too. Hopes of lowering steel tariffs, though, have been put on the back burner, even if Britain secured the best overall US tariff deal globally. So there's quiet optimism that given President Trump is the most Anglophile US leader we've seen in decades, Britain has this golden opportunity to make its case to the most powerful political and tech leaders in the world.
So certainly a lot of hopes there, Caroline. But what are some potential pitfalls for Prime Minister Keir Starmer?
Well, they may come when President Trump goes to the Prime Minister's country estate Chequers on Thursday. There will be bagpipes, a bilateral meeting. Chancellor Rachel Reeves is also hosting a business reception. But there is potentially real peril in a joint press conference. Difficult questions could emerge about the UK's former ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, who was fired for his close relationship with Epstein. The UK may also be poised to recognise a Palestinian state. There may be a repeat of US criticism about free speech. Elon Musk supported that huge rally that London saw over the weekend, led by far-right campaigner Tommy Robinson. And then meanwhile, you've got Starmer, who wants stronger US measures against Russia over Ukraine. There is essentially a press conference at Chequers that could well be just as dynamic, as unpredictable as some of the interactions that we have often seen with this always-on president in the Oval Office.
All right, Bloomberg Daybreak Europe anchor Caroline Hepker with us this morning from London. Caroline, thank you.
Well, Nathan, Spirit Airlines passenger jet got a little too close for comfort with Air Force One carrying President Trump to London. It happened over Long Island when an air traffic controller noticed their altitudes were similar and flight paths converging.
Pay attention, Spirit 1300, turn 20 degrees right. Spirit 1300, turn 20 degrees right now. Spirit Wings 1300, turn 20 degrees right immediately.
And that audio courtesy of liveatc.net. Preliminary flight data from Flight Radar 24 indicates the Airbus was briefly flying about 8 miles in parallel distance from Air Force One, but the closest the two jets came on converging paths was around 11 miles.
Well, Karen, President Trump's going to meet with another world leader later this month. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he's visiting the White House on September 29th. Netanyahu says he's had a number of conversations with the president since Israel's strike on Hamas leaders in Qatar. He says they were all, quote, very good.
Well, Nathan, let's turn now to one of the most highly anticipated and controversial Fed decisions in years. The new Fed board now includes White House economic advisor Stephen Miron, and it still has Fed Governor Lisa Cook, who President Trump is trying to fire. We get more on the decision from Bloomberg's Michael McKee.
Well, there's no question this is going to be a different kind of Fed meeting. There's a lot of storylines here. Of course, the biggest is Stephen Miron joining and the Governor Lisa Cook being able to continue with her role at the Fed. Now, the question is who sits next to whom in that meeting, and what will it be like in terms of the discussions, which is actually a real question because Miron has not participated in the run-up to this, hasn't had the briefings, doesn't know what other Fed officials are going to be saying, and they go around the table and they all give a presentation about the economy, so it isn't clear exactly how much he's going to contribute other than one expects he will vote for the rate cut.
And that's Bloomberg's Michael McKee, who will be part of our Bloomberg Surveillance, the Fed Decides special this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Wall Street time. You can watch and listen on Bloomberg Radio, Bloomberg Television, and the Bloomberg Podcast channel on YouTube. And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Karen Moskow.
I'm Nathan Hager, and this is Bloomberg.